Hello everyone, my name is Angela Cummins. I am the author behind the Discovering Awesome series. I'm starting to do a series of podcasts, conversations with various different people who inspire me, friends of mine, people I know out there. If you know anybody or you'd like to be part of this, please do get in touch. So I'm Angela Cummins, I'm a coach and I'm a therapist. I help people in various different ways to get rid of the things that are holding them back, whether that be some sort of emotional trauma, something that they've experienced that they just can't stop thinking about, whether that's, some form of PTSD, whether it's depression, whether it's anxiety, whatever it is really, I help people to shake those things off and then teach people the tools and skills on how to be happy and confident. If we're not happy and confident, then we're vulnerable. We are open to being depressed and anxious and all the rest of it. So I help my clients in not just to get rid of things, but also to kind of upgrade their thinking, let them understand how their mind works, how they can become the master of their mind, how it all works, so that they can harness that power and change their present and work towards the futures that they want, create our own future. Nothing set in stone. And at the moment, I wanted to do this series of podcasts so that I can get my message hopefully further out to people that might be worrying, people who might be fearful, people who might be panicking. I think all of us are from time to time with everything that's going on in this crazy world right now. But it's important that we do have the tools and the skills that once we realise we've jumped down that worry hole, that we can get ourselves out of it again. So I help people mostly one-to-one, also do talks and group sessions from time to time. And I really just want to do my part, as it were, to help people to feel better about themselves. There's never been more of a time than right now that we've needed to truly stand in our own power and our own light. It's almost as if all the fear mongering is feeding something, all that negative energy is feeding something. That's kind of how I feel about it. And I don't want to let anybody feed off my fear or anything feed off my fear. I refuse. And even though obviously from time to time it's even difficult for me, I do have the tools and the skills in order to snap myself out of it and move things forward. So I got into doing therapy. I was a corporate monkey. Did pretty well in the corporate world out in Asia Pacific. I was doing all of that stuff. And it was only about, 12 years ago that my whole life changed. My best friend, my husband, was suffering with depression. And unfortunately, he decided he knew how to stop feeling depressed and he took his own life. As you can imagine, my whole world just completely fell apart. Everything changed for me. And in the crazy aftermath, the haze of the aftermath, I realized that either I was going to end up killing myself deliberately or indirectly, or I would have to do something about this. And I went on a quest. To understand depression, something that I'd suffered with as well, maybe not to the extent that Jim, my husband, had, and wanted to understand what it was. I wanted to understand what the antidote was, and I went on this crusade. I learned things from all sorts of different people. I read everything that I could. I trained under various people, including the Speakmans, who really, truly, I have to say, helped me amazingly to be able to cut the emotional attachment to everything that I'd gone through. So I kind of have formed my own formulas, my own formulations. Everyone's been telling me to go and study psychology, get a counselling qualification, all of these things. And I refused to. And I didn't really know why I was refusing to. But I guess with hindsight, it was because none of that stuff seemed to work. Didn't work for my husband. Didn't really work for me when I tried it. And when clients have spoken to me about that sort of thing, they also kind of say the same thing. And I know obviously everybody's different and people need different things, but I wanted to offer something different to the norm. So as my dad would say, it's probably all common sense, and it possibly is, but sometimes we just need to see things from a different angle in order to make the changes that we need to in order to take our lives forward. So that's a little bit about me. I hope that's helpful to know who I am. I will obviously put all the various different links to all my various different social media pages and such below, and also the information of anyone that I'm going to be interviewing or talking with, chatting with. I'll try and let them speak. I know I'm a bit of a talker. So I hope that gives you more information about me. Feel free to leave some comments, feel free to get in touch, And if there's anything I can help anybody with, anybody has any suggestions, please put those in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. Take care now.